Hey guys, Player says to another video, and this one's going to be a Monster Hunter Wilds brand new update. So I'm bringing you guys my brand new lance build. Literally, you won't be needing anything else other than this build if you're a lance main, because in this build actually we have everything that you can possibly need for your lance. So we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into it. So as you guys can see, we have 3 levels of critical boost. That's all that you need really, because 34 versus 40%, which is the max that you can get at level 5. I mean, you'll really be losing a gem slot if you try to go for level 5. I don't think that's necessary, right? So we have 3 levels of handicraft. I'm going to show you my decorations to see where those are coming from, but basically I'm getting them from 2 of the gems that I slotted on the weapon, as well as 1 level that I added to the talisman, right? So we have offensive guard, we have guard up, basically everything you can possibly need to guard and take advantage of it and punish the monster. We have weakness exploit, we have agitator, bread and butter. Already every set can possibly that is min maxing as those two. We have counter strike, of course. We have divine blessing, which is the only thing that you need in terms of defense, because we're already guarding and blocking most of the monster's attack, unless it's something that it is deemed unblockable by the game. This build can block 100% like everything that is in the game right now, if I'm not wrong. I can't think of anything that can possibly break your guard, not even Omega. So we have antivirus, because we're actually using the 2 set piece for gore. And then we have speed eating, courtesy of our talisman, which I'll show you later. We have 2 levels of layers, which is free from the our Vulcan Gamma gloves from our Temper Arkveld. And then we have a bind resistance, which is also a free skill from the waist of our Temper Jinda hat. We have then slotted a burst, good. The best investment is just 1 level if you cannot fit anymore. We have a level flinch free, which it's coming from the Gormagala's boots. Then we slaughter an adaptability and aquatic oil seals as well, because you don't want to be dealing with cold and hot drinks, especially since they were nerfed. Now you have to be using them constantly, and it's so annoying. And you don't want to be taking damage from cold and hot weather. And then we have aquatic oil seal, just so that you don't have to deal with the mechanic during a GOG Masios. So then we have Jindahat Revolt, very easy to do power clash with this weapon, so you'll be taking advantage of the additional 25 raw attack. Then Black Eclipse, of course, with the antivirus plus this bonus active from constantly attacking, you'll be getting the extra 25% affinity, as well as recovering a ton of health constantly, because we also have Arkveld's Hunger from the 2-piece our Vulcan Gamma set. So we have Lore Souls, of course, cannot be absent in any set. So from this, we're getting the survivability of when you take fatal damage, you'll survive with 1 HP, and you also get the extra 5% attack, right? So let's just jump straight into the equipment so that you guys can see the weapon, how it is set up. As you guys can see from the get-go, like I said, we have 3 levels of critical boost slotted. We have offensive guard with a handicraft, guard up with a handicraft, and then as you guys can see, it's a dragon elemental attack focus weapon. He has Gormagala's Tyranny. He has 1 sharpness, which I'm still working on getting it to EX. Then you should be focusing on getting 2 attack EX, and then the affinities 2 EX. You can actually go with sharpness and all attack, to be honest, because without the affinity, this build is capable of reaching 80% affinity, already taking into account the -10 that you get from an attack focused weapon or the Masios Artian. But if you actually manage to get the 2 affinity EX, attack boost EX as well, then this weapon will put you at 100% affinity, already taking into account the -10. And then you'll have a ton of sharpness. As you guys can see, the sharpness gauge at the right side of the screen, it is already a fairly large amount of sharpness, which will allow you to just keep fighting without having to sharpen, right? But if you get the sharpness to plus 50 with the EX reinforcement bonus, then even better, right? So as you guys can see to the right of the screen, we have 2 pieces of Vulcan. We have 2 pieces of Jindahat Gamma as well, and then we have the Gore Griefs, fairly old piece. You can everybody should probably have it. Now this is where RNG comes into play. Honestly, it's not even the RNG heavy because all you need for this build, like, is a talisman that has 3 levels of guard. Everything else is irrelevant, or it can be even guard up if you want, but I would recommend guard because you cannot get guard paired up with anything from what it seems. So I got it with a speed eating maxed out, and then I have as you guys can see, adaptability as well as a level of handicraft on the weapon slot that the charm has, right? And now for the weapon, I think I forgot to mention that all you need is the Gormagalas Tyranny, so you are not really dealing with much RNG. And as you guys can see, this is an insane build, actually. I don't think, this will probably carry you during the first few levels of Master Rank. And then the defense on the bottom right corner of the screen is a 640. This is basically the average for most sets nowadays. So that's what you should probably get used to seeing, unless you're boasting like maxed out defense boost, which I don't recommend because there's so many skills that we can add to this build, and you're already guarding with guard up, so it's not necessary. That would be overkill at that point, and a waste of slots. So the resistance that you guys are seeing is from having the Kunafa meal as well active. So bear in mind that without the Kunafa meal, which I do recommend 100% that you have active at all times, you'll probably have a little bit of less of elemental resistances. But one other thing that I wanted to point out, I usually get the Kunafa meal because of Defender meal high, which is basically another proc of Divine Blessing, which is separate. Both could proc one or the other, and just half the damage that you're taking. So definitely recommend. But other than that, those are the decorations that I have on the build. Let me just set it. Let me just put it on the tab so that you also can see the decorations for the weapon as well at the same time. But yeah, that's the build, guys. There's nothing that you can possibly need. Please leave me a comment, mentioning if there's anything that you use on your lands that is not on this build, because I can't think of anything really. But that'll be it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.